My name is Pastor Michael McBride from the PICO National Network's Lifelines to Healing campaign. The Healing Campaign convened a number of our leading clergy, bishops, rabbis, faith leaders from across the country to come to Washington, D.C. to be trained around the moral mandates related to gun reform, to advocate for common sense gun laws, to address the spiraling issue of gun violence in our communities. And we specifically lifted up our voice to challenge our president and the Congress to address urban gun violence all across the country.
Talk about a couple of the pastors' organizations that were there, Boston 10-Point Coalition, yes, and others out of Detroit that are doing this work.
Yeah, so we had a really wonderful, diverse collection of experts, practitioners, folks who have been working to address gun violence for 25, 30 years. The Boston 10-Point Coalition, Reverend Jeff Brown from Boston was there. Tenny Gross from the Institute for the Study and Practice of Nonviolence from Providence, Rhode Island was there. Reverend Jim Wallace from Sojourners. Dr. Iva Carruthers from the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference was in attendance. We were able to have Pastor Deborah Morton from the Full Gospel Baptist Fellowship, Reverend Amos Brown from the National Baptist Convention, just a number of wonderful faith leaders from all across the country. Bishop Edgar Van from Detroit. They're helping us to continue to think about how the church responds, particularly in this moment, to the growing epidemic of gun violence in America.
You have a campaign coming up in March. Can you tell us about that?
So we are launching our second National Gun Violence Prevention Sabbath, March 9th and 10th and March 16th and 17th. We're inviting congregations from all across the country to preach, to pray, and to act. Asking pastors to preach and talk about the importance of us creating peaceful and sustained communities. Inviting our congregations to pray for the family members in our neighborhoods and even in our own congregations who have lost members to gun violence. And we're asking all of us to act by calling our local congressional representatives, calling our senators, and telling them that we demand background checks for all weapons that are sold, and we demand targeted investments in our communities that are impacted by gun violence. So March 9th and 10th and March 16th and 17th all across the country. You can go to our website to register your congregation at www.lifelines-to-healing.org, and we'd love to have you join the 1,000+ congregations that are working with us to do this.
Well, thank you for all you do. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, good brother. Take care.